Welcome to Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. And like this season is really busy with weddings. And especially since last year, a lot of them got postponed. Most Saturdays I have 2 weddings a day on the weekends. You know, I can't help but think of some of the weddings that I've been a part of and how there's been some decisions that were questionable. I remember there was a wedding I did up on Highland Glen, and we were told there was a storm coming through a little later, and we waited and waited, and about 20 minutes after we waited for 20 minutes, I said to the groom, I'm going to go check on what's going on, because we saw this black storm and lightning coming across the lake. I went and asked them, what's going on? And they said, we had a wardrobe malfunction, not to the degree of the Super Bowl a few years ago, but it was substantial. Anyways, we rolled the wedding as quick as we could. I presented them, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, and torrential downpour. We barely ran and made it to the pavilion. You know, wisdom, that's something we need. I say to the groomsmen, you know, how's everything with the wedding? And they usually give me this reply. It's her decision. You know what? She spent the time. I'll let her make the call. And I say, that's wise, guys, because, you know, most women have planned it out at some point in their life, what dress they'll wear, what style of hair they'll have, what the decorations will be, who their bridesmaids will be. They've planned out their entire day, most of them, and especially who the groom's going to be and what he's going to be like. So they put a little more time in it. It's wise to let them make the calls. I remember one wedding that I was at, and I got thinking, it seemed like they made some good calls. It was outdoor. It was a nice sunny day. But as we stood up there, myself and the groomsmen, the wind picked up all of a sudden, and I'm worried. I look over at the register and the table, and they had only a pen sticking on the document. And next thing I knew, the papers all blew into the bean field. And this is before the bridesmaids came up, or the bride. And people that were there attending the wedding ran out and quickly found the register. They put it back on the table with the pen, and they put a rock on it. I'm like, yeah, that's wise. We're covered. We're covered totally. When all of a sudden, I realized someone left the family dog out. He was supposed to be in the house. This great big lab came running up the middle aisle, started to slow down and crouch, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Is he going to do what I think he's going to do? Sure enough, he brewed and stewed a great big steamer right in the middle aisle, right before the bridesmaids and the brides came down. Great big log. And I still remember one person ran, got a bag, picked it up. The whole crowd was laughing. It actually added a bit of humor on the day and took the stress out of it. Some things are unpredictable and some things are not wise. I want to read for you what the Bible says about wisdom. It says in Proverbs 2:6, for the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. In James 1:5, it says, if anyone lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. And Pastor Ron sent me a few little words of wisdom for some of the farmers out there. Words of wisdom. Every path has a few puddles. When you wallow with the pigs, expect to get dirty. The best sermons are lived, not preached. Most of the stuff people worry about ain't ever gonna happen anyways. And remember that silence is sometimes the best answer. You know what? We need to, as people, practice wisdom. And that's been today's Words of Wisdom from the farm. Take care. God bless.